I don't know why I have to say this. I guess because if I tell somebody to buy something or invest in something and it loses money, they can sue me. I don't know. But listen, I'm not a financial expert. Don't listen to me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just your average Joe who works his butt off doing monotonous work in a factory. Okay, so don't listen to me. I'm just a regular idiot. With that being said, why do I think that hard assets are good to have, like gold or silver or both? Well, I think these are good to have because what if not only are they good against inflation with our dollar, with our currency, their insurance against this, so their value usually goes up. And you can do your own research, like I guess with inflation over the last 30, 40 years. I think a price of gold for an ounce was like $35 in 1971 or something, and now it's $1,800. So like it's a insurance against inflation. So it preserves your wealth, and this is why I like these hard assets. I think so myself. I have enough to get by. So if everything turns to crap, which I think I'll have more to worry about than worrying about having gold and silver on me, honestly. And if you're gonna have gold in this type of situation, if this is what you're worried about, I wouldn't have big bars of gold. I would have, I have like tenths of an ounce of a gold, right? I don't have a whole ounce of gold. What am I gonna buy with a whole ounce of gold? Really, a tractor? You know what I mean? If that happens, so having tenths of an ounce of a gold, like coins, or from what I hear is it's better to have like gold chains or something like that, so you could take a couple links off and give to somebody. But you know, in this type of situation, you're gonna have more to work. You're gonna need to worry about more than having wealth, right? Having coins and stuff, unless you got a group. You have to worry about shelter, fending other people off from, Mad Max type of situation. So why I why I like crypto and why I'm invested huge, big time in it. I just, I'm. It doesn't. What tells me when these big rich people who say, "Oh, it's gonna go to zero," crypto's all gonna go to zero. When these old rich people are like Munger or some UK guy said that he's a banker, said big banker in UK said it's all gonna go to zero. When you're telling me that Bitcoin's worth over $1 trillion and what its market value and cryptocurrency the cryptocurrency market is probably around 2 trillion. You're gonna tell me it's all 2 trillion is gonna go to zero. So what am I supposed to invest in? Am I supposed to just go ahead and get scared and put all my money into the fiat currency, which they keep printing more and it just makes more inflation? So if I have $100 today, next year I only got what 90. I don't know. It's like, why would I want to invest? And everything's a bubble. Oh, you look at the stock market, that's a big bubble. Why would I want to buy the top of something? Everything is a bubble. The housing market's a bubble, the stock market's a bubble. I guess I haven't really looked into it, but like these treasury bonds and stuff like that. Why would I trust the government? Why the decision making of our government is very, very chaotic, and I don't see the potential for our government to be lasting much longer. So why would I invest into this government? Why would I invest into this financial system? Um, I guess I hear about IRAs and stuff. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, and I don't know all the ins and outs of the actual technology of every single detail of these technologies. What I do understand is it's going to be Ethereum or Cardano or something else will be these platforms, will be the internet of the future, will be the supercomputer. It will be Bitcoin has a very good potential to be the world currency in the future. It has a possibility. Now, I know it's highly volatile right now, and they say it's a store of wealth, but it's a potential. It could potentially be used as a currency in the future. When the fees go down and when it stops being so volatile, what will make it stop being volatile, in my opinion, is the more adoption, right? The more usage, and things like that. But it's not an inflationary asset like Dogecoin. They make 1 million a day. You can only mine 900 a day, and that's going to become less. I think 2014 or 2000, yeah, 2024. I apologize. They'll cut that in half to four, and it does it every 4 years. It just cuts it in half, so there'll be less. So it makes it more valuable. So why would I listen to any of these old people? Like what they've done, yes, it has proved them very well in the past financial system, in the dinosaur system, what I call it. It has helped them out tremendously, and they've done very well. Warren Buffett and these people. But how, going forward with the technology, it's you have to get more creative, and it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. So why would I trust what these people tell me, going forward? What are we doing? Are we holding our wealth in person? How many people have their fiat currency on them? Do they keep it in banks? Do they use the credit cards? Do we use gold to buy things on Amazon? Do we send in actual dollar bills into Amazon to buy things? No, we use credit. We use digital numbers. We use digital assets. And this is why I like Bitcoin or other cryptos, smart contracts and things like that. This is because it's the future. It's the future. And like I said, the more adoption, these countries that are third world countries, if they go ahead and decide that, what, we're tired of the US dollar, we're tired of being a slave to them, we're tired of being poor, we're going to go into Bitcoin now. Look at the price. Look how fast it's gone. And right now it's been very annoying. It's just like it's being manipulated or something. But eventually it's going to break out. I know eventually it's going to break out. And it's going to go up and then it's going to crash, right? It's going to crash. And then after it crashes, after so long, it'll go back up. And be even higher than it was when it crashed. Because that is the history of Bitcoin. If you look at the history, that's what's happened. And that's what I'm ready for. And that's why these bubbles are going to pop. There's no way. The housing market, we're going to have another recession at some point, or a depression at some point is coming. There's nothing we can do about it. The way that our government, our politicians, and our financial experts are handling this situation, which they think printing more money instead of listening to Ron Paul back in the day saying we need to take our medicine, we need to suck it up, we need to stop inflating our currency, and yeah, there's going to be hardships and struggles. Well, we're just going to have to overcome it. But we want to go ahead and ship our jobs to overseas and rely on other people not paying. We pay other people like they're servants and we're kings or something for the products that they make when we should be actually making the products ourselves. But it seems like we're more of a service industry here in America. Because here in America, we think that we're kings. Well, guess what? The way people have voted, you're not going to be kings no more. You could have been. We could have been, but that's over now. Well, China is going to be number one. China is going to, and it's accelerating very quickly. Okay, China will be number one. They're going to overcome us, and we're playing right into their hands, and we're doing everything that they want. We're divided. We're highly divided, and we're destroying ourselves financially. That's what they want. We play right into their hand, and they're going to own us. And I think that you'll see more and more of America become more of ghettoized. You're going to see more third world ish type of places. You're gonna see these suburbs turn into like these urban places where there's gonna be a lot more crime. You're gonna see um, just this nasty attitude. You're gonna see more entitlements come out, and at some point, at some point, the system will fail. So why would I trust in this system that has caused wars, that has funded both sides of wars? You know how many people have died because of this stupid financial system that we have? No, I like a decentralized system where nobody's in charge of it, where miners get paid and secure the system. Okay, that's the I like it. I like that. I like decentralized system because centralized systems like communism and socialism and things like that. What happens is it becomes corrupt. It's easily corrupt, right? It can become easily corrupt. And listen, I think that a type of socialist system could work if robots are doing our jobs, but if we're relying on human labor, then they're basically slaves, and that's why I just don't like it. But anyway, so you know, you can transfer your wealth very quickly. For instance, okay, now they might change this, they might ban it, they might do that. Well, they banned alcohol before, right? They banned marijuana. Well, guess what? It's Marijuana is becoming legal, and they could try to ban it, but I really think that we're past that point of America banning. They'll try to come after taxes and stuff like that, definitely, but they might. There's no point to fight it. Why would you? Why would you take this technology and just like, nah, I'm just not gonna deal with that. What you know, it's like I'm just gonna stick with my horse and carriage over a car. Wouldn't you take the car over the horse and carriage? Why? Because you want to be stubborn and you want to be no. The reason why people want to keep this, rich people want to keep the old system because it keeps them wealthy. It keeps the poor people poor. Look at the transfer of wealth that happened. A lot of people don't even understand the transfer of wealth that just happened. How these small businesses are being taken out left and right. Even to this day, they're still being taken out. They left these big centralized stores open like Walmart and stuff like that, which they funneled everybody in one interest and exit, which is crazy. They didn't have both entrances open. They put everybody in one spot. When you have something like that, don't you want people to be more spread out? But they want to condense people, which is I just didn't understand that. They should want more small businesses open, but the whole point is to shut things down, right? And then print out money, which devalues the money even more, and then give me less options to where I can spend my money, which makes these businesses more powerful, makes these people more rich, and takes away from the small businesses and makes them go out of business. And a lot of them were forced to be shut down. And even if they did survive, if you look at right now and they need help, but they can't get it because they're going against the government. They're competing against the government for wages. They can't afford to pay somebody $15 an hour or $20 an hour like these big companies can because they got the extra resources. So when they're competing against the government for like $16 an hour, how they're gonna have to go out of business because they don't have the help to sustain them, right? They don't have the labor. So what happens? The more small businesses that go out of business, that means more monopolization from these big companies, and they become more wealthy. And see, this is the old system. It becomes more of a centralized system where, like Facebook, like it's so huge. It's such a centralized system where if you have a different opinion, what they don't like, or Google or whatever, then they can go ahead and ban you. You know, they banned Trump, our president, that was president a few months ago. They banned him. So did Twitter and all these places banned him. Are you kidding me? Really? You gonna ban him? And it's just if you don't do as we say, we can say you can't have. Who's to say they don't do that with food? Who's to say they don't do that with energy? Will shut your water off at your house. You know, this is why the United States, when it was created, was such a great thing, because you had these states who, yes, they went with a centralized system, which was the federal government, which we do have, but they still are their own entities and they can do what they want. It's a decentralized system. Well, now it's becoming a more and more of a centralized system, and the federal government is becoming more and more of a monopoly, which is not good. It's not good, and it could cause, it's going to cause conflict. That's what it's going to cause. So decentralized systems are the best way to go, and I'm all for direct democracy, where I can vote for for my actual vote is not voting for somebody who votes for stuff. No, I want to be able, that middleman should be taken out. I'm tired of these middlemen, like bankers, like Bitcoin. I'm like, why do I need a bank? I don't need that. Why can't I just get the information where I can pay my bills on my own? I don't need a bank. You know, it takes like two or 3 days or whatever for my bank to actually send my bill to these people, when I can literally give somebody my payment within like 20 minutes. Why does it take so long? See, this system is so old. It's so old and it's outdated. Uh, um, um, when we have technology out there right now, and I'm in it right now, it's very new, and there's going to be some bumps, and it will get better. I'm telling you, it's going to get better. The more adoption that we get, the better. The more it's around. You know, there was problems with the original internet too, from what I hear. So, you know, these bugs will be fixed. It's kind of like the iPhone, right? What's better, the first iPhone or the new iPhone right now? Well, you're going to take the new iPhone, right? Because it's got better and better stuff. Why? Because technology has gotten better. Because there's people, you know, it just progresses over time because of smarter people, and they work hard and all that stuff. So yeah, that's all I got to say. And this is a long video, but it is what it is.